Last week, Nico O'Reilly scored against Chelsea. He delivered again in a big game, in a big moment, and he delivered a big performance, and still nobody is mentioning him in the player of the season. At just 21 years old, as an academy product from City, been there since he was 8, this season he hasn't just broken into the team, he's become their most important player this season. So today I'm making the case why Nico O'Reilly is not only the young player of the season, but maybe the player of the season. To understand Nico O'Reilly's genius, you have to understand his positioning on the pitch, because yes, Guardiola invented a new role for him this season. And remember when Guardiola invented a new role for the young Messi in 2011, he did the same thing for Nico O'Reilly. That tells you alone that we're dealing with a special player. Yes, because Guardiola plays Nico O'Reilly as a left back, that's the starting position he has on the pitch, but he doesn't play left back the whole game. We see him going in midfield during the build-up, and he ends on the same line as Erling Haaland, and that's why he scores goal. So this is not a position, it's a concept, and Nico O'Reilly executes it perfectly. That's one of the first things I want to give him. He's tactically so intelligent. That's not something that most of the players would do, especially at his age, and he's the one of the players that does it well in the Premier League. So we've talked about how he has an elite football intelligence at just 21 years old, but one of the things that impresses me the most is how clutch he is in important games. This season he has scored 2 goals. Yes, it's in a Carabao Cup, but it's in a final at Wembley on the biggest stage. He has also scored 2 goals against Newcastle and was probably the best player on the pitch. He's had that 1 assist against Liverpool, unlocked the whole game. The bigger the game is, the better he plays, and that's a trait that the best players in the world shares right now. I've made a video recently about Michael O'Reilly, that when the stage is higher in the Champions League, he will deliver, and that's what will make him the best player in the world. That's what Lamine Yamal did last season, and that's what he did this season also. But Nico O'Reilly in the Premier League is doing the same. Every time there is a big game, every time Manchester City need a goal, every time Manchester City need a big performance, who delivers? It's not Erling Haaland, it's always Nico O'Reilly. Because I already see a lot of people coming in the comments and telling me, yeah, but Nico O'Reilly hasn't scored 20 goals this season, hasn't scored 30 goals this season. You know what the player of the season means? It means the best player of the season. It doesn't mean the top scorer of the season. That's why there is an award for the Golden Boot that rewards players like Erling Haaland, who scores a lot of goals. This season, yes, Nico O'Reilly doesn't score a lot of goals. He doesn't have 15 goals, but he scores important ones in important games. And there is even a stat for me that has shocked me, because as a defender, I didn't expect him to be there. He is in the top 76 percentile for non-penalty XG. 76 percentile. I'm not talking about just among defenders. I'm talking about amongst all Premier League players. That's how good he is. At 21, he's physically imposing, tactically mature, and technically sharp. Most of the players at his age are still finding their feet in the Premier League, but Nico O'Reilly is already dictating games and is ready to dominate English football for me for the next decade. And this summer, I think, is where everyone will realize that we're dealing with a top player, because this summer in America, England, we need someone who will unlock defenses, who will break lines, who will create from deep, and Nico O'Reilly will be that guy. Nico O'Reilly will be the key that unlocks everything for England this summer, and that's how highly I rate him. So Nico O'Reilly at just 21 years old has just won the Carabao Cup. He's pushing his side to win another Premier League title, and for me, he is my contender for the player of the season. And this summer in England, he will be probably their most important player. So guys, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Who is your player of the season? And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.